As you can tell by the title of this video, today I'm not going to be talking about sports. Today I'm going to be talking about something much bigger, much more important. Now don't worry, the sports videos aren't going anywhere. They will resume. But I felt like I needed to make this video. I wanted to make this video, but I did go back and forth on it. I did. I'll be brutally honest with you, I did. And the more I thought about it, the more I felt like I needed to make this video. This isn't for clicks. This isn't for views. This is just because I wanted to and I needed to. And here's why. With the current state of affairs that are going on within this country, I'm sure we have all seen, heard, and read about it. And even the world at large, I should say, not just the country, because there is, activity around the world as well about what is going on currently. There are topics that I tend to not talk about on this channel that tend to be divisive. Politics being one of them. Again, just not my preference. But here's the thing, and this is to me as well as to everybody else, we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay? There are certain times in life where that needs to happen. And this is one of them. Because here's the thing. I think we can all agree what happened in Minnesota and Minneapolis should have never happened between those officers and George Floyd. That should have never happened. Right? And so that needs to change because it keeps happening. This is not the first time. And because it keeps happening, we need change. Now, I'm not saying I know all the answers, but what I do know is I have the platform. And because I have the platform, I believe it's my duty to at least bring about the awareness needed. And that's hopefully what I am doing here by talking about it. Because I don't want to compromise my morals at the end of the day. My morals are to stand for something or you fall for anything. And to my earlier point about, we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, that is how you bring about change. Now, again, these shouldn't be controversial issues. Racial inequality and police brutality should not be controversial issues. This is just a difference between right and wrong, right? You should never, ever, ever discriminate against anybody based on the color of their skin or anything, right? But mainly that. And so, again, this is just about what's right and what's wrong. And so if I sit back and I see injustice being done and I'm not talking about it or doing anything about it, I feel like my morals get compromised at that point, and that is just something I am not willing to do. And that is the part where, again, I'm sure some folks have gone back and forth. And there are times like this where silence is acceptance. Silence is saying you're okay with the current state of affairs. You're okay with how things are. And I'm not okay with how things are. Things need to change. Again, I'm not saying I have all the answers, but they do. And here's the other thing. How do I know things need to change? Because this keeps happening. And we know in life in general, when you work out, how do you grow your muscles? You increase your weight, you increase the tension. That is why I say we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that is how you bring about change. And myself, again, knowing that I have a platform and knowing that I want to be in sports media, this is something where things like this will come up. And me personally, I have to address it. I have to. Again, this is bigger than sports right now because obviously we're dealing with topics like racial inequality and police brutality, but more so even now that we don't even have sports going on. So usually sports would be my escape. It would be your escape. But folks, again, silence means you're okay with the current status quo. And that's just something that, again, I am not okay with injustice being done and sitting by ideally and not doing something about it. So that's why I wanted to make this video, to bring about the awareness needed. And one more thing, life isn't always black or white. There's a bunch of gray areas in life. Too many times people make it black and white. I can stand for not having injustice being done, and police brutality, not standing for that. But at the same time, I can say, I'm all for protesting. And at the same time, I can say that I don't, stand for the fact that there's people utilizing those protests under the mask of rioting and looting, which I believe is completely wrong. And so, again, and I'll put up a graph for you guys to see here, because I think it perfectly illustrates that you can be in this gray area and not necessarily be black or white. And too many times people make you pick. Again, the only thing you need to pick is whether you're okay with things or you're not, because this is right or this is wrong. And to me, this is wrong, and that is why I am talking about it. And hopefully I don't ever have to talk about it again, because I hope it doesn't happen again. So if you do want to help out, with the movement, with what's going on, I'll post links in the description. You guys can do your part, just hopefully like I am, and we can get past this, because I know we will.